What's up, everybody? Mike here, and in today's vid, I'll be discussing my impressions of Elden Ring Nightreign. But before I do, just want to thank you all for watching today's video, and a special shout out to all my subs. You are all truly amazing, and hope you're having a good one out there, wherever you are. Also, are you playing Nightreign? And just let me know what you think about it in the comments below. Now, let's talk about the aforementioned Elden Ring Nightreign. So it released last night on Steam, and now it is available on every other platform, I assume. So I played about a couple hours of gameplay last night, and if you don't know what Elden Ring Nightreign is, it is essentially a Souls roguelike that is heavily, and I repeat, heavily focused on co-op. So, meaning there is no solo option, or to be able to go at these bosses alone. From what I've seen, I don't really know if there's any private lobbies or anything like that. I haven't checked, but from what I've seen so far, it is strictly three-person based co-op action gameplay. It always will try to, form groups of three to take out these missions and whatnot. So meaning this game is, like I said, really focused on the multiplayer co-op aspect. So from what I've seen, no solo play. Now, if you're familiar with the Souls series, this is definitely not the norm for these titles at all. Usually Souls-like is just a single-player like game. You can play multiplayer or co-op, but you have to choose to do that. And in Elden Ring's case, it is a fully open world game. So meaning that was the first FormSoftware game that kind of went fully open world. So you can just take it at your own leisure and play however you want. But in Elden Ring Nightreign, it's the exact opposite. No custom characters or classes, no building your own style, and no taking it your own speed. You just get a map which you can pick from various missions with a closing circle like every, battle royale type game that we've seen now, and you have to pick from some preset classes. So how does it compare to the other Souls-likes? Well, I think that's the first problem that we are encountering here. I feel like others' expectations of this game are really well construed, and people have been divided about this game, to say the least. From what I've seen, there are a lot of people who love these changes, and a lot of people who, hate these changes. Me, I'm still kind of somewhat up in the air, but ultimately I have been having fun with this game. I do like the faster pace, and I do find myself keep wanting to, get back in there and fight after I've gotten my ass kicked and had a failed run, or, just find myself wanting to go back in there and experience more of the game. So for me, the gameplay loop is, addicting, because you have, three big boss fights that signify the end of an in-game day. And it is challenging me, yes, as seeing that I never made it to day 3 yet alone, versus the final boss on the first level. Is it because I'm trash at these games, or is it a new learning curve I have to understand? And honestly, it's both. I'm pretty trash at these games. But I have to say, I do, like the pre-made classes, because they definitely do have a broad range of playstyles for you to play as. They do have an archer. I've seen the mage class a lot, and the beginning class, or the beginning class that you play in the tutorial, is, which I guess is like a warrior type. He's pretty much like the main, I would say, class that a lot of people are going to play. But I've really been digging the executioner class, because he's all about high damage, dodging, and parrying. And really, was it the smartest decision for me to go as the glass cannon type class on the first day? Well, no, not at all. But sometimes we have to live with our mistakes. Now, my second problem with this game is, the lack of drip. I mean, where's the armor? Where's the drip? Like I said, I don't know if you can get different armor, seeing as I haven't beat the main boss on the first chapter yet, so I don't know if you can get like an armor set or anything like that. But I will say, if there's no custom armor or anything of the like, I will be vastly disappointed, because anyone can tell you, they don't call it Fashion Souls for no reason, because it's all about the damn drip, showing off that awesome armor set or weapon you got for beating that challenging side boss or big main boss. As far as I'm concerned, I can't mark the game yet for something I don't know if it does or doesn't have, so let's just say I'm waiting for the answer on that one, and I'll let you know once I finally get a good run and beat the last boss on the first level, because currently that's my struggle. Now, the last problem I will talk about is, well, the matchmaking right now. It is very easy to get into a game being a solo player, but my question is, when a lot of this player base starts opening up this game and going on different missions and beating the first level, how's it going to be for someone that gets this game like a month down the line? For many players, they will still, like, how many players will honestly still be on that first mission or going back to that first mission? See what I'm saying? Since I doubt there is a new game plus, I really don't see the replayability in this game, because, well, the levels aren't really randomized. I've noticed that the runs usually end with the same boss fights each day and have the same enemies throughout the land, which it isn't a bad thing because it gets you to prepare for the runs, but it isn't a good one either, because once you beat a level, why would you want to go back to it? I mean, I guess to maybe beat it with a different character, but either way, I'm just concerned about the longevity of the game, because how will it affect new players picking up this game, months down the line from now? Because, well, that's the one thing all the other Souls-like have. It's replayability. Whether you're playing the game with the same character on the New Game Plus run, or picking up a whole different character and trying to do a different playstyle on a new run, there's a huge amount of replayability right out the jump in that right alone. And that is being taken away from the very essence of every Souls game, is that there is no real replayability. So what is it for these Souls veterans to actually, what's the draw for them to come back and replay older levels? And as much fun as I'm having with this game, I can't help but get the feeling that this will die out quickly, and this gameplay loop will get old for a lot of people. And for the other half that will beat this title eventually, what would be their reason to return to Nightreign, other than an expansion of some sorts? So my final impressions on this game is, I would say get it if you have a couple of homies to play this game with, or just like good roguelikes, or just like really Souls games or the Souls type series. But if you're a lone wolf or looking for a good single player fantasy like RPG to get in, well, there's the original Elden Ring. But if you play that to death, I would rather say play something like Tainted Grail, Fall of Avalon, or the Oblivion Remastered, because those run you around the same price of this game, Nightreign, that is driving now, and those are two very good RPGs you can sink many hours into. Either way, that is it for me today. I gotta decide if I'm going to play more Nightreign or hop into that new Rivals season and give that update a go. Hopefully, you're all having a good one out there. But that is it for me today. Peace.